This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe welcoming you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, on April 9th, E-I-E-I-O, I was born in Kitchener, Ontario, E-I-E-I-O, in 1985 on a Tuesday and today, when it was raining and all that. Now it is raining. Man, what an omen. But at least it's not going to be a freezing day. It's going to be in the 20s, which is weird. But of course, it's Celsius. I was born 36 years ago today. E-I-E-I-O. And also on this day, there were some events. E-I-E-I-O. With I don't know and I don't know, then now I have to look up all that. Here we go, and let's see what we got. E-I-E-I-O. So, on April 9th, 1913, 108 years ago, Ebbets Field opened in Brooklyn. It would become a decent stadium and all that. But unfortunately, it was more run down and decrepit by the 50s when the Dodgers decided to leave for Los Angeles and all that. It just ticks me off that Ebbets Field is in what video game? It's in, it's in All-Star Baseball 05. And then no other video games. That would have been nice. Anyway, another event of interest was in 1925, and Babe Ruth was rushed to hospital. Yeah, Babe Ruth. He had a little bit of a trouble in 24, but anyway, 1925, he was sent to the hospital and didn't play much of the first part of the season for the Yankees. It was basically known as Ruth's stomach ache, and that's when basically people said Ruth's health took a turn for the worse. But 1927, he sent everyone flying. Oh yeah, the 1932 Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup on my birthday, on April the 9th. The Leafs beat the Rangers 6-4 for a 3-0 series sweep. In fact, this would be known as the tennis series because the scores 6-4, 6-2, 6-4 are basically a tennis match if you're watching men's Grand Slam tennis. So it's like Djokovic taking down Tipsarevic. So anyway, so the Leafs won their first Stanley Cup as the name the Maple Leafs. I know that. Sorry, New York Ranger fans, but you lose. Anyway, in 1935, the Montreal Maroons won the Stanley Cup. The last defunct team to win the Stanley Cup. Basically, the last team that's not in existence. So in 1935, so I guess on my birthday, 1935, the Maroons won the Cup to sweep the Leafs. Yeah, not Clint Benedict. Who's in that? Lawrence Chabot wasn't that? I think for the Maroons. He wasn't. I think he was the Leafs goalie in 32, and then in 35 he became a Maroon. Or was it Alex? No, it was Alex Connell. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, Montreal Maroons. Boo hiss. Canadians won the Stanley Cup in 1946 on my birthday against the Boston Bruins. That's when Rocket Richard was still a young pup and all that. Amber Locke, Kenny Reardon, Bill Durnan, and yet. 1947 was when Leo DeRocher got a 1-year suspension because of his lip and all that. Baseball just ruined him. The first Masters to end on my birthday happened in 1950 as Jimmy Demaret became the first 3-time Masters champion when he won in 1950. The Celtics won the 1959 and 1960 NBA titles both on my birthday, April the 9th. They swept the Minneapolis Lakers in 59, and they took care of the St. Louis Hawks in 1960. So yes, those were the first two Boston Celtics record 8 straight titles. Arnold Palmer won the 1962 Masters on my birthday in a playoff with Gary Player and Dow Finsterwald. So yeah, so Arnold Palmer won the third Masters on my birthday, 1962. 1965, the Astrodome opened up to baseball. In the exhibition game, Mickey Mantle and his Yankees beat the Astros 2-1. Mantle in a home run. And of course, everyone forgets the Astrodome wasn't the same in 65 because they actually had a translucent glass ceiling in the Astrodome, and to let the sun in. But unfortunately, it killed the grass and made it unplayable. So they made AstroTurf. Anaheim Stadium opened in 1966 on my birthday. It's gone through a lot of transformations. A lot of people think the Angels have been in multiple stadiums in their birth, but not really, no. Well, the Angels played at Wrigley Field in Cutastrophe in LA, and Dodger Stadium. Right? I think it was Dodger Stadium and Wrigley. Yeah. For a few years, they played at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles because the Dodgers had the Cubs minor league affiliates and all that at one time, and they made Wrigley Field based on it. And then they shared Dodger Stadium with the Dodgers for a few years before getting their own stadium. It was nice. It was open air. It was basically, fun. The big A scoreboard. And then all of a sudden, in 1980, they had to enclose it because the Rams were moving in. Ah, a cat is meowing. I'm surprised. She doesn't come downstairs that often. And anyway, that's what things are. And I'm not going to repeat myself. So the Angels Stadium had to be enclosed and made into like a football stadium. And then basically, even though that the Rams left for St. Louis in '94, the stadium still was enclosed till '98 when they finally decided to make it more modern and open air with the rock garden and all that. It's the Anaheim Stadium that you know and love. 1967 Masters were done on my birthday. Gabe Brewer won that. Jack Nicklaus won his fourth Masters on my birthday in 1972, beating a few golfers by 3 strokes. Tommy Aaron, not Hank Aaron's brother, but the golfer Tommy Aaron, won his only major title Masters in 1973. So that's nice to see. Ray Kroc, who became owner of the Padres in 1974 after a bad performance by his team on opening day on the home opener, basically took the microphone and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I sever with you. I've never seen such stupid baseball playing in my life." The Padres would still suck under Kroc's management. When Kroc died in 1984, the Padres went to the World Series, which is weird. 1978, Gary Player, at 42 years old, won the Masters. He had an 8 under par 64 on the final round to beat Rod Funza, Tom Watson, and Hubert Green by a stroke. Fernando Valenzuela made his first start as a Dodger ever, taking down the Astros 2-0, and that's when Fernando Mania started. Guy threw 8 shutouts in 9 games or something like that. He had such a great ERA in the first 9 games of the 81 season. Now Fernando actually was a reliever out of the pen for the 1980 Dodgers. He was still like a fresh-faced cherub and all that. Tom Seaver in 1985 started opening day for the White Sox, and that was his 15th time being an opening day starter, which broke a record. Wayne Gretzky scored 7 points in a playoff game in 1987, I think against the Kings. That's right, because that was the famous 13-3 Edmonton thrashing of LA on my birthday, April 9, 1987, so I was 2 years old at that time. Oh, one event they stupidly didn't put on the website was Gary Carter's first game as a New York Met. He had a game-winning home run in the 10th inning against the Cardinals. I still have that game on my computer for obvious reasons. I mean, the event happened on my birthday, April 9, 1985. So yeah, Gretzky scored a 7-point game for the 3rd time. Nick Faldo wins his first Masters on my birthday, April 9, 1989. I was 4 years old when he beat Scott Hoke on the sudden death playoff. And Hoke actually had a 2-footer to win the Masters, and he flipped it. The Islanders won in double overtime in 1990 against the New York Rangers. That was Brian Mullen, if memory serves me right. Not Brian Mullen. I thought that was Brian Mullen. I forget who scored that. I think it was former Ranger. Was it Murdoch? I forget. Colorado gets their first home game. Has their home opener in 1993. He was 8 when I was 8 years old, and they crushed Montreal 11-4 at Mile High Stadium. The Rockies played at Mile High for 2 years before moving to Coors Field, by the way. Ben Crenshaw won the Masters on my 10th birthday in 1995, beating Davis Love III by a stroke. But Crenshaw's second Masters was huge because he lost his swing coach, Harvey Pinnock, the week before, and Crenshaw played and all that. Vijay Singh won the Masters in 2000 on my birthday. I was 15, for winning my 3 strokes over Ernie Els. Phil Mickelson won his second green jacket in 2006. That was my 21st birthday when he beat Tim Clark. Now, I thought Tiger Woods, when he did that masterful chip in 2005, that was on my birthday, but no. My birthday was on a Saturday that year, I remember. He did it on a Sunday. Let's see here. Oh, yes, and finally on my birthday, Sergio Garcia beats Justin Rose to finally win a major for the first. He did 73 major events without one. So that's like for a year. That's about 18 years. And Sergio finally got his Masters. Well, he's finally got his whale. So anyway, that's all for that. Birthdays and deaths in the next video. I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.